Chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and MON, they know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope everyone is well and doing good and had a good weekend here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hope we're all good. Hope we're all good. Morning. All right. Let's have a look at the calendar for today. Calendar for today. Say good morning back, man. One person saying good morning on YouTube chat. Fuck you all. That's all I'm saying. That's how you start Monday. Fuck you guys. There we go. See, I'm gonna start aggressive like that. Zoom chat, everyone's awake. You guys sleeping, man. It's time to trade. Where's the I need to play this. I need to play this. Like you got me. I'm feeling like this right now. You know? This is what it's like right now. Where is that? Need to find it. Is it this? Yeah, this is what it feels like.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club.
All right, understand. Max fans didn't have a good weekend. They did. He won the race, man. He won the race. What can he do? Lando plays third. What can you do, right? You're relying on Lando going off track or messing up his race. You know, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Anyhow, let's go and have a look at the charts here now that everyone is awake. Today is going to be Monday. We have an Italian bank holiday. Not really a major market player, the Italy, in terms of, you know, gonna cause us some headache. Otherwise, clean day. Even New York clean, no red folders. The big one this week, guys, is going to be Wednesday, the 10th. We have FOMC, rate decision. They're expecting them to reduce rates yet again. 80% chance, 75% chance they've been hinting at. Whether that happens or not, we shall see. But the markets have been kind of pricing that in. We had an in-depth webinar where we talked about this pullback profit taking, what this means here. Asian webinar buys made sense. If you guys watch that, then this should be pretty straightforward of why this makes sense that it's going up from here. Identifying our zones. Does everyone see that in Zoom? Talked about this. It's nice to see, right? Full clarity. Beginning of a week, we know where we are, what we're doing, how we're playing. So now that we've filled Z1, zone 1, now we know exactly where we are in the market right now and what's going on. So starting on the daily time frame here, obviously previous daily closing bearish here, right? Continuing from last week. We're not finished our new day already. And now continuing down into 4-hour time frame here, we've created 2 4-hour candles bullish here, trying to indicate some sort of support from the bottom of the range. Now we have reached a resistance. We're very close to weekly resistance right now. This is definitely a zone that we don't want to be happy-go-lucky and trying to buy immediately right here, as this could be a little bit risky to get rejection around the weekly resistance. Now, buying to the weekly resistance was good. Those buys came here from Asian around 6:15 a.m. my time, and now probably at TP, definitely TP1. TP1 was here. This is TP2. Now it's a question, can we get above the weekly resistance is the question here. If we want to be risky today, we can try trade slightly to the weekly resistance. This is going to be what I call a cowboy entry, where we literally will try trade above this right now and take our last shot to get to the weekly here. Right, that would be our cowboy entry. 17 pips here, 30 pip we can risk and see if it pushes through randomly. If not, buys have to be above the weekly. Like, so if we were right at the weekly this morning, we have to wait for something above the weekly support to be formed. Now, since we're mixed buyers here, I'm also trying to contemplate, does sells make sense here as well? I would like to see this 1 hour close bearish for sells to make sense. 15-minute would have to clear at least this support here. If not, this previous range here, which is probably the 5, almost. 5 is here. So I probably want to see something close below here. I'll put this 5 RANG range. So 5 range. So I know what that is. So bullish structure for now, but again, if we do start leaving here, I could potentially entertain some sort of sells with the mixed bias, right? and we're selling from the top of the range, not from the lows. So this is also a potential here. It's a potential here, something I discussed yesterday, and you know, we can follow through with that, right? It's giving us options to do so. We have LTAs, we have zones we can play with. All of that is there. So let's see how the 1 hour candle closes. Bearish would be very interesting, right? It would start to create a resistance. Doji doesn't really tell us much. Doji would be kind of, okay, both ideas make sense. Bullish, of course, would lean more towards looking for a close above here to squeeze this tiny zone we have left. Which again, is a very cowboy trade, not the easiest trade. If we're moving on to DAX here, seeing how daily, we already covered this, but daily close strong bullish. Now the 4 hour candles are starting to create resistance now. So we're starting to create resistance now. We can clone this here. Put a resistance up here as well. 1 hour time frame here, we're starting to see it kind of chug down right now at the moment. We just rejected off this little notch here we have on the 15. So below there can open the door to some sells. Now if we want to buy price back up here with mixed bias, just flicking, it's very rough time frames here. Very rough time frames. And to see if it's gaps. I mean, this is a gap. Maybe no, possibly. Let's have a look how it looks on lower time frame. Yeah, a little bit gappy. Spreads are not too happy as well. We're still not at Frankfurt Open, but there is a few gaps up and down, left and right. So now we do have Frankfurt Open. Close bullish here, respecting us. Also 30-minute support sitting there. So yeah, I feel like sells are only going to come below there. 15 close bullish though. So we might want to bounce from here is definitely a question. And in order to see a bounce, maybe a 5-minute candle closing above here would give us that bounce to retest into the zone and see if we can trade higher. That would be an option that I see right now. Only issue is 30 is a piece of crap. Lot of resistances, lot of mess. That's the problem I have with that. It is quite a mess. But the more structure we create, we can try to entertain that idea and see if price wants to play or not, right? If we're moving back onto gold here, see how the 1 hour candle close looks like it closed bearish. No, wow. That's as doji as it can get. So that's what we spoke about. Doji would be the idea where it's triggering both ideas for us. 15 candle leaving here will give us some sort of sell option. Above here is the cowboy buys. Honestly, if we're going to move down today, it's even tough to move down because we've had such bullish structure from the morning, but the buys are a little bit cowboy as well. Huh? The buys are not that easy. They're a bit cowboy as well because we're at the top of the range. So let's keep an eye. 30 minutes for this candle to close. Would a 5-minute candle be enough? Potentially, if we're going to scalp anyways, we want to be in and out of this trade quick. So we could see if stuff looks good. We could look to entertain that. So let's just see how everything forms. Then we can start to make decisions how aggressive I want to go here on Monday, what I want to do with gold. I mean, if it gets going and we start to move bullish here, it's a beautiful zone, right? As soon as we create support above the weekly resistance and we price proves to us that we can hold the weekly resistance, it's great. It's a great zone, right? Very nice LTA there, very high volume zone, and it's not bad at all. So yeah, let's see what happens. DAX as well can get below the zone on a 5-minute though. How are we looking? Yeah, it's possible even to sell on a 5-minute, so we'll keep an eye on DAX here. 24,000 level we need to watch, but that's going to be a little bit below. I think ranges are pretty small, right? That's 18 points. It's not that big ranges. So let's just keep an eye on spreads and everything, because spreads right now for me are not happy at the moment. I wonder how your guys' spreads are on DAX. DAX just seems a bit inconsistent, man. I'm not too happy-go-lucky with DAX. You know? Not too lucky. 1.6 pips. That's not bad, 1.6. Mine is just still jumping. Settle down now to 0.5. I was trying volume profile trading in demo account and it's a bit inconsistent. What's your thought? Yeah, volume profile just by itself won't make you profitable. Otherwise, you know, we would all just do it, right? It's used as like a confirmation. It's a form of support and resistance, right? So doesn't mean it's inconsistent. It just means you need to learn other things with it, right? That's what makes up a strategy. There's not one turnkey solution. Otherwise, we'd all use it. If there's just one thing that we could put on the charts and just follow that and everything is done, would be easy. Would be very easy. So anyways, that's the analysis. Hope you guys been listening and everything is clear. Appreciate you guys showing up. And yeah, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. You know the YouTube business. And let's get it. How many people here watched F1 yesterday? You watched it? Nice. The race was not that exciting. It was intense. I didn't really find it intense, man. Max Verstappen was like this. All on Lando if he crashed or not. Or something happened to the car. For driver championship. Your thoughts on Orlando's win and Verstappen's madness? What do you mean by his madness? You mean his driver? I think Verstappen is a good driver. Just mid-season he had, you know, issues with the car and, you know. Leclerc was annoying Lando quite a lot. Yes. All my friends were there yesterday. They got tickets from their fathers. They get like these sponsored tickets. It was very cool. But me, cheapest ticket I could find in the same area with them was $8,000. And I said, no, I'm not going to spend $8,000. Especially when they get it for free, it feels worse. How do I get my toolbox back? Someone stole my toolbox. Remember last time it went, but I can't remember. Maybe the star, or is it? Yeah, there it is. There we go. Come on. Thanks, Daniel. How about the Andrew Tate fight on 20th December? Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been seeing that. I think the market is going to consolidate for a month now because of festive season. What's your thought? Historically, not really. December in the beginning, we kind of push. I mean, look, we can quickly go now and see last December, and let me show you last December. And you can see in last December, we consolidated for the first week, and then after the first week, 6th of December, we had 4 days of 800 pip upside, followed by a resistance form, followed by 900 pips of downside. So yeah, it shook everyone out. It was like, all right, December's gonna be shit. We're just ranging, and then boom, boom, got some moves, you know. And then into this year, it was great, man. January. Then we got stuck in this big summer range, and then started flying again. So it's not necessarily always bad December. I would say the last few weeks, even though last time the last few weeks were good, that's the time where I'm always cautious because holiday season, people might not be trading, inconsistent volume. But really, Harbo, you want to announce something you said? Yeah, it's not that important. We will do it later or something, so I don't have to repeat. FTMO is back in India. It is. You are correct. Was gonna DM you if you wanted the ordinary tickets. I know someone who can give it to me for free. The paddock ones you need. Yeah, the ordinary tickets you can get, but paddock ones I could. All I had to do is kind of be an asshole and ask people earlier, but I just don't like to ask, you know. I don't like to ask. Also, I didn't want to go in a paddock that I'm by myself. You know, not with my friends. This is boring then. Because if you're actually at the races to watch the F1, you're not actually watching F1. You see, what are you gonna watch? Cars going down a straight? So, you know. So you're there for the vibes and stuff like that, you know, the experience. Not really watching. The best place to watch the races on TV, actually. You'll see the most. The coolest thing, if you have an F1 subscription to watch, which I bought, and you can actually watch from the driver's helmet cam. That's insane, man. That I enjoy. I literally watch half the race from Verstappen's helmet cam. And also they allow you to hear what the team is telling him. You get all what the team is telling him. What settings to put, what settings to change. No commentary with cam? Yeah, but then open it on your phone and use that as commentary. You know, have the grid. You can multi-device it, you know. Have one on laptop, one on phone. Full setup then. Full setup. Hit TP after I close, but I guess less volume. Gets volume came with news. How would you manage if news is coming? I normally just close the trades if news is coming. Red folder in 3 minutes. Yeah. So what you can do, I think it's fine just to be on the safe side, you know? That's good to do, to be on the safe side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But why take a trade 7 minutes before news? What's your plan of that as well? You need to, you know, what you did here is fine, but that's the risk you take for taking a trade 7 minutes before news, right? So that's what you have to consider. But yeah, it's good to do this. Protect yourself. Could get a random candle, who knows? That's a big candle that just came like this out of nowhere. Next year car gonna be slower and less sound. So did they say that it's gonna be slower? I know it's 50% battery, 50% motor. So best is not to take trades 10 minutes before news? Well, think about it logically, right? Answer your own question. If you take a trade 10 minutes before news and you are holding it for 10 minutes, you're gonna be stuck during news. So if it doesn't directly go, then you might, with those trades, you need to make consideration, hey, let me move to break even quickly. Right? Let me not take it because I'm expecting this. So if you expect the trade to go fast to TP, which with the screenshot you sent me is not the case, because you would have, once this candle broke the high, as soon as it came back, you would have managed, right? Because it already rejected your entry, created support, and then it broke the high again. So you wouldn't hold through this again if you expected a straight push. So here you are trusting your trade. Is there a reason for news being almost every day? Yeah, this is NFP week, man. NFP week. Not NFP, sorry, FOMC. So rate decisions. So rate decisions. Miss anything important apart from upcoming news? Did you watch this week's webinar? I'd say that's the most important thing, is this week's webinar, Weekly Outlook. Weekly Outlook today, you understand exactly what's happening on gold right now. So I'd say that's the most important part, I'd say. Is it good to trade in December? From a volume perspective, it's hit or miss. The last 4 years I've traded it, there's been a good time during December. It's kind of like any other month. But I always call December trading on the Christmas week. You know? Because I find that can be inconsistent, and also good to take a break when the chart can be inconsistent. Yeah, I saw the no DRS. But now they have like this boost, like a nitrous boost we had in games back in the day. You know? It's called MON. Is that the nitrous boost? I mean, it's going to be messed up because they need to recharge the battery. So they said that... backside first happened, imagine. They said that in like slow corners, they need to rev the engine to generate power to the battery. I don't know what. I don't know, man. The only motorsport that is still alive is GT3 racing. Like, you go to a GT3 race, you watch it for an hour, you leave, your ears are ringing still. Like, that's still at least, you know. Don't know how long that's gonna last before they start all this fucking pansy shit with freaking biofuel and I don't know what, and electric engines and hybrid and weight, and man, just allow one sport. I get it, they want to set by example, right? And this is why they're doing it, because of sustainability, emissions. But how the fuck do they go to different F1s? They fly. How do you get all of that equipment from one part of the world to the other? Please explain to me. You fly, and you're telling me the jets that you're using are not expanding as much. It's like these bloody guys who like electric cars. Yeah, let's produce a ton of electric cars, but the batteries are gonna ruin the environment. Great solution. Great solution. F2 engines were much louder. Yeah, the real sound is let's see, 2010 Monza. I remember seeing these F1 cars with my father. The first F1 race in Yas Island, he got tickets and he took me. I was super young though. I was super young, and this is how the cars were back then. This is how it should be. Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's hurting my ears? Yeah, it should do. It should do. Like that. Best F1 car, 2000 to 2005 era. Yeah, I wasn't watching F1 then. The first, you know. That's music. Yeah, some people think it's a organized ruckus, but... Sorry, missed the beginning of your rant. Did I hear correct? There'll be a battery powered in F1? Yeah, next year 50-50. 50% battery, 50% petrol. Actually, sorry, they don't even burn fossil fuels anymore in Formula. They burn biofuel. So you're not even going to get petrol. But you know, one thing I do agree, it will be cool to see such a high level driver, like, you know, Max and all these guys who drive F1 have to adapt to the new standards. So it's pretty cool to watch that because they have to adapt their driving style. So I think that's something cool actually on that side of things. Don't know what DAX is trying to do here. I wonder if this 15-minute next candle wants to fill up the range, or are we going to get stuck at the 30-minute? Such a downtrend here, you know? Interesting 5-minute candle, how it came out of nowhere. How big is this? 22 points for a target of 5 points. Wow. That makes no sense. So maybe you can, if something closes bearish here and then we close bullish above the 30-minute on a 5-minute time frame, I think that could lead into buys. Why? Because we have a 15-minute time frame clean. We'd break above the 30-minute. Yes, we have this headache here. We can use this as a break even. Yeah, DAX, that's a lot of bullshit, huh? 1 hour would be clean though. Yeah, we need to get above that 30. What do you think I took because the rejection S2? This is on NASDAQ. 5 minutes setup 2 here. Yeah, as long as you watch this level here, that would be my only concern. It's good that this 5-minute candle closed back in the range. Nice rejection, but I would be concerned. Bullish bias of just this level here in case it wants to do some bullshit. Smashed. That's what you want though. Yeah, it's what you want. That's good. Be tough if it starts to hesitate around there. You'd have to trust bias at that point, right? Man, notifications, man. Thank you for donating. You don't need to donate. You donate every other stream. Keep it for yourself, brother. That was a risky one to me. We're bearish bias on NAS. Candle-wise, we're not bearish bias, but we are moving a bit in a downtrend. But NAS likes to do these type of stuff, right? I don't see how this is full bearish bias for you. So even though, yeah, we might reject again from somewhere up here, but for session, we're moving up, right? It's not like we're in a downtrend. This is not bearish bias. On short-term time frames, maybe on higher term time frames, you can see us rejecting weekly and trying to go back down. Intraday time frames looks pretty bullish to me. We closed above 4 hour. Yes, we rejected this previous 4 hour here. Definitely some contention, but then we are filling the wick right now. So for me, it looks good. For me, it looks great actually. With a 15-minute close, yeah, that's a great trade actually. With the 15, 5, nice. Liquidity grab below the lows as well. Respects this structure, but deep liquidity grab. It's nice. I need to hop on NAS, man. I need to hop on NAS. I've been testing it. Probably gonna implement it by next year. Same thing I did with DAX, you know. It did kind of, but not to the same extent at all, you know. I mean, that's all. Yeah. I mean, right now we're seeing DAX follow NAS in London session. So I feel in London session, you don't want to be going the opposite of NAS, you know. Yesterday video was very nice. Good. Glad you liked it. If you guys haven't watched yesterday's video, take a look. Go enjoy. Just shared the trades that I used to pass my accounts. Many people don't show that because they pass it by gambling or stuff. Of course, there are good people who don't do that. Can we trade London for the whole time, even after volume, by putting alerts? These days, yeah, I feel like as long as you're not trading like 2 p.m. Dubai time, which is like right between, I still find that inconsistent, but definitely until the 4 hour close, it's working. Until the 4 hour close, we see volume come back in. I think tomorrow I'm going to start stream at like 11:30, guys. I'm not seeing moves before 11:30 right now. Can we all agree? Like right now, I'm not seeing... before 11:30, I'm not seeing many moves. Watch me tomorrow, I promise. Watch me tomorrow, stream 11:30, 11 o'clock on the dot. Best move you've seen in your life. Best move you've seen on your life. Rocket you're gonna find. I'll still take it, but you know, you guys won't get to see. These notifications are gonna mess me up. Need to find out how to turn them down. Too loud, man. Donating again. Listen, man, I appreciate your donations. You don't need to donate. If you're doing this to get some sort of clout or something, you know, to push yourself, this is not the best way. I can tell you that, man. It's a waste of time donating $2. But to stop you from donating, because I don't want you spending money, although I appreciate it, I'll have to... Again, Peter, what? Okay, I didn't say it. Harry, thanks for giving us advice, precious knowledge, peace and love from Reunion Island. I need to go find out where Reunion... Where is that, man? Where's Reunion Island? Oh, it's off France. It's off France. Oh, it's a part of France. Let's go have a look at Reunion Island. Next to Madagascar. I see. Damn. What an island. Any kite surfing on this island, bro? Water sports? What's this island known for? What's the thing to do on this island? Fishing? Do you have tourism here? Surfing? Paintball? Maybe this island is full of paintball. How big is this island? We have a river that goes into the sea. It's interesting. Where did that river come from? Let's have a look. Here's the start of your river. Oh wow, it's a big river. Look at that. You have a whole lake here. No boats in this lake? Why? Infested with crocodiles or what? Hiking, surfing, quad. Yeah, I'm sure there must be some sort of surfing around here. Interesting, bro. Interesting. $3 for this, 5 to close above. I need something above the 30. Did I make you discover something today? That's where I'm living? Yeah, I've never heard of Reunion Island, man. Sorry to say. Not in a bad way, but I just haven't heard of it. So I was intrigued to see what's going on there. French-speaking island. I'm a little point on the world map. Yeah, I've never heard of it. But you learned something new. 2 minutes. I wonder if we blast or not here. I needed something above 30. I can't really buy right at resistance. Too close. We don't have a wick crossing through it for me to fill. 15 obviously close below. I mean, I could have pushed it really tight here and just tried to trade from here to here. But I think that's a little bit too aggressive for my liking. But this close above here will be perfect. Gold, we're still consolidating here. Typical London. Look at Asian. Yo, man. Good, man. You liked it? Amazing, man. I'm happy to hear. It's nice, right? Yeah. It was so helpful for me too. Well, yeah, if we look at gold today, it's following that plan exactly, right? From the lows down here, we can see why it did that. I mean, if I was up in Asian, I'd be taking trades from there for sure. Let's see here, DAX, if we can make a bottom wick. Break through the highs. Break even at here, maybe. See what we're working with here. 11 points to get up here is about 10 points. So yeah, we'll be working on tight margins. It's basically what we would have to deal with. We need a good bottom wick though. Needs to grab some liquidity, right? I mean, that doesn't help. Come on, go down, grab some liquidity. Go down, DAX. 30-minute level above. Yeah, we're not at it just yet. My goal would be to trade to it and see what happens there. We're about 3-4 points. How much? 2-3 points. Yeah, ranges are small these days. So let's see if we can flip here, get a deep bottom wick, retest, and just get the juice. We need to go grab some juice to give us energy, right? Same what we did here. We grabbed juice, we went up. Now we're up. What are we gonna do now? This is how DAX is. We need something. It's a good zone, but we need something to give us confidence to continue this move. Bullish. So let us come at least retest maybe into 33s would be great. I mean, even here we could retest into 35s at minimum. But right now it's stuck. Like, I don't know if I like DAX that much. Look at this, man. The whole candle has been stuck here for the last over a minute. You guys see that? It's interesting. Oh, there's the volume. Wow. That's the retest we're talking about. That's why we needed that first, huh? Big lesson, but holy shit. The way it just came. We'd be buying into the 30. We'd be buying to the 30. It gapped on 1 minute. Let's see on broker how that's looking. Oh, yeah. That's nuts. I don't know if I can trade DAX like this, guys. This is just too... Yeah. I can't really... I mean, I don't know what to do with this. With these gaps like this. And then the spread a bit going a bit, you know. I don't know if it makes sense to even trade. I need to trade DAX on higher time frame. That's the only way I can trade DAX right now. 1 hour plus. But these little 5-minute scalps until volume comes back, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just that gap there is going to mess you up a bit. Or we just deal with the gaps. That's my other option, is I just deal with the gaps. Which is possible as well. Because the gaps, even though they're scary, they're not massive. Like if you measure them, because we're moving in small ranges, that was about like 2 points. So it's not like a 10-point gap. But it's not fun. It's not fun, you know, because that's 2 points in drawdown. But you can kind of imagine that there was a candle filling that. So yeah, interesting price action. Gold trying to close below here as well. Oh, it did close below. Fuck. How did I miss that? Oh, it's a 5-minute. Never mind. Okay, relax. Shit. Thought it was a 15-minute. But that's still good. The 5-minute close below. 15-minute close below previous. Oh, no. But here, stops. Does stops make sense here? Let's have a look. 40 pips. Not bad. 40 pips for what? 50 pips. I think this was an option, boys. Let's see if we can get a retest. Retest, we'll have a chance. Yeah, I think that was an option, to be honest. I just was looking at DAX. Too bad for me. So if you guys took gold, congrats. Some of the guys took gold there. If you were signal waiting, then I guess you wouldn't be concentrating on the charts as well to see that. So now you have you have 1 minute structure here. Yeah, it has to respect this, man. Has to respect this. But I think your entry is slightly lower here somewhere. Same trade on Euro USD. Yeah, same trade on Euro USD. Gold should be pushing down with it. Yep. Look at that perfect top wick. Yeah, that was the trade. That 5 minute for sure. 40 pips is not as big as this candle looked. It's not bad. I took 5 minute break of the low. Yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense. You had the 30-minute close bearish, 15-minute close below this support. Although it didn't close below the 5-minute range, then you got the 5-minute close to complete that for you, right? That was what's important, is getting that 5-minute close to complete it for you. So that's exactly what you want. So sometimes the 15-minute won't close for you, right? Which is fine. So then you have to wait for the 5. Sometimes you'll not even get the 5-minute. Right? Sometimes you won't, but now you did. So then that's the entry there. Boom. TP hit. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, a bit more collaboration. We could have spotted this together as well. Instead of being focused on DEX. Made 95 euros on Euro USD. Yep, Euro USD had the same setup, similar. Actually, Euro USD is a bit cleaner in terms of you get the 15-minute close without having a previous. So very similar idea, right? See? This is quite nice here as well. 15 close below, break the low, continue down. Same similar idea. Your plan on UJ? You want to buy above there? All right, all right. Every time we've broken out, we've pulled back, pull back. So make sure you put stops to account for a pullback. That trade moved nice, huh? Targeting 220 on gold buys. Yeah, I think gold buys, we need a 15-minute candle closing bullish. Still makes sense, gold buys, because we have mixed buys. We can continue this uptrend, but that might come a little bit late, London, for the gold buys, right? Man, weekly analysis, pinpoint, huh? These two levels. There was an announcement for today. Yeah, starting streams 11:30. Yeah, that's it. 11:30 Dubai time will start stream. 11:15 really is when I'll start stream. 11:15. Do the intro and everything so that we're on the chart by the 11:30 close. Again, this move came here 11:30. Was the 11:30 minute close. So I want to be on the, that's the time I'm seeing volume come after that. Rarely seeing it come up before. You pay any kind of tax in Dubai at all? Yeah, we pay VAT 5%. Once your business reaches a certain threshold, you'll have to pay corporate tax. I was 2.5% away from being 100k funded and blew everything in 1 hour. I will stop trading until mid-January. Any advice how to improve psychology? Yeah, it's pretty common to lose your thing like that, especially when you're super close. You just want to kind of finish it. And then you take a loss and then you chase that loss and everything goes. So the problem is you need to develop the skill of having accountability towards working towards a goal without allowing the goal to deter you from your results. Meaning that you either find someone or something to hold you accountable, right? So you need to be able to respond to someone to make sure that you're being kept on track. Otherwise, you're just going to repeat this. So if you have that feeling that, hey, this is what I want to do, and in order to do this, I must execute X, Y, Z. Once you have that structure, that clarity, and then you can do that, right? So that's the best way to avoid that type of scenario. Then with time, when you have the right I just saw Laris comment, man. That's another option as well. Recommend buying as many evaluations as possible and full port them on news. Please, before you do that, let me open a prop firm and you can be my first customer. I'll welcome you with wide open arms. Yeah, DAX is just, I don't know what, to do with DAX. Can't trade on news? You can, I'll allow news trading. The open will be nuts. Let's see. Last time open didn't really do too much. Let's see now. 50 seconds for open. Like taking a loss in the challenge is, if you're trying to fast pass a challenge, taking a loss is not very useful. Doesn't help. Here's the open. Watch this week's video because when I started this challenge, I started with a loss. So first thing I did is I took a loss. That's the first thing that happened to me is I took a loss. And 2% loss because I was risking higher. So you could use that to say, okay, what happens after that loss? Right, and you'll see it's not rocket science. You'll see it's not rocket science. Is gold a buy? No, I wanted to take the sells. But we were looking at DAX and missed it. Plans for NY streams? Yeah, we'll start them hopefully. Unfortunately, I had a bit of an accident yesterday, so I need to rush off to the doctor after this. It's a bit kerfuffle day. Didn't sleep yesterday actually. It was a nightmare, man. Look at what I have here. Full Advil tablets. I overdosed on painkillers. Last night was insane. Full. Recommended dose times 2. Recommended dose times 2, bro. And I hate taking tablets. Like, I never take tablets. Never. Only, yeah, full port. Had to full port yesterday. It was a nightmare, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What happened? Oh, just some bullshit, man. Just some bullshit. Frickin' Catch up with the ex? Nah. Was on no risk management, man. Was coming back from gym yesterday. Going to watch F1. And I was going down the stairs and I missed a step. I missed a step on the stairs and landed on my ankle like this on the side. On the side of my ankle, and it just collapsed. So I fell down the stairs. Lucky I didn't hit my head or anything. Could have been a lot worse. Marble stairs those are, man. Marble stairs are no joke, you know? Weakness is disgusting? Yeah, then you shouldn't really be calling yourself disgusting, right? It's not nice to talk bad down to yourself. You should always talk positively. You drink driving? No, I was not. Marvel stairs don't play? No, they don't play. But man, at night time, what the fuck, man? I've never felt such pain in your ankle, bro. It's insane. It was insane. First day's ice, anti-inflammatories, yeah. TB 500 2 weeks. Look, I'm hoping, I'm praying that it is simply just because it swole up heavily, it just really hurt. I'm really hoping it's that. But I want to go get ultrasound, then I can see what happened to the tendons. Then I'll really know. I have an event coming up, man. DAX is now shitting the bed. Gold is trying to make the support candle here. 9 minutes for this to close. Nice liquidity grab, but 9 minutes for this to close. Could we get a 5-minute setup 5? Let's see. What's the punishment for drink drive in Dubai? They have zero tolerance, so you will be taken to jail. I do the same when I injure myself. Yeah, it's more of a, like, we know the healing process, but it's kind of to know this how much you fucked yourself up. Ultrasound is the ankle pregnant from the hard bang. So whenever if you x-ray an ankle, it will rule out the fact if you've broken a bone. An ultrasound is great because you can run down the tendons and you can see the tendons. The tendons, they will look like tiny black and white lines on a chart. And if there's a small tear, you will see something, you know, like a discoloration between it, right? And then if you really want to get advanced, then you can go take an MRI. But, you know, that's needed if you suspect you have like a total rupture or something, right? I torn the tendon off the bone with a little bone. Oh man, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I just want like a bit of peace of mind. I mean, I don't know. I have something coming up end of week and I need to attend that, and if I can't, I'm gonna be really upset. It's like in trading, don't put pressure on the process. Well, in trading, we don't have BPC 157 and TB 500. That's the difference. So in outside of trading, we have BPC 157 and TV 500. So we can be Superman. We can be Superman. So if I can create something like that for traders, I'd be rich. There's actually a guy back in the day who tried to create a business, right? He tried to create a business, and I remember it back in the day when I first started, and I think I was reached out to them just as I started to gain traction online. And they created a pre-workout but for trading. So they put caffeine in it, they put a few other things in it and sold it to traders. I don't know what happened to that company, but the idea was it was a pre-workout for traders. So it would get you like hyped to trade the market, put like alpha GPC, which is supposed to help with cognitive function and stuff like that. You know? I still think it had potential, but the market share is not big enough, you know? It's not big enough, the market share. Like if they actually made a good formula to help you with cognitive function, you know, and you could put, you know, good things together, would be great. Poker players use it all the time when they have to grind heavy tournaments. Anyways, let's see how this candle closes here. If we can get some sort of top wick, we might have a breakout sell here below. Let's just see. Keep an eye out on this. We need a good top wick. Oh, last second close above. Last second close above. How many contracts did you use on your top step? I changed. If you watch the video, when I'm showing this dashboard here, it shows the contracts I'm using. It depends all on the position. Like here I used a 5 big one. Here I used 3 because I had a bigger stop loss. You know, these are all one position together. All these 5s are one. Here I used only a one contract. Here I used 3 contract. I'd say the most common was 3 to 4 contracts. 5 is only if I could get super tight stop loss, right? This is just bullshit, man. This is just pissing off. How can it close above last second and then run like this, man? I mean, how does that make sense? What is this bullshit, man? Fifan. Could be catered for all other things like studying stuff instead of trading. Very true, yes. That is very true. You'd need a very strong marketing campaign for that. You know, you need to put a lot of money behind that to get into all those different markets, right? It's easier to target a niche than to target wide. And in that case, you'd have to target wide. Whereas in a niche, you can do a lot more. What's your worst month statistically? 3% minus with commissions and stuff. So 2% month, but actually I had a lot of break-evens that month. Some are minus 1 or 2 pips added up to a percent. On broker, I think it closed under. If it did, I'm gonna be pissed, man. I'll tell you that much. So it better have not. But it looks like it would have come back to break even, so I'm feeling okay. I'm gonna draw a line on broker. Gonna draw the 5-minute candle. No, it didn't. And that's where it's rejecting now. You want to sell NASDAQ? I'm looking to buy NASDAQ, bro, today. I'm looking to buy NASDAQ. If this can create another support candle, I'll look to buy NASDAQ. Bullish. Today, maybe this session full bearish. Depends on what time frame you were talking about, man, because it could end up being bearish, but it could bounce one more time. I take my 1-to-1, and then maybe it goes sweeps the high, then gets bearish. Then your sells are from here. Maybe now we break structure, then we start the sells. But if we respect this zone here, I see the possibility of upside. Too much bullishness we have here. Daily time frame close bullish, 4-hour time frame close bullish as well. One-hour time frame, until we break below the structure, we're gonna still be bullish. It's fighting with fire now. If we do break below these 30-minute structure here, this 15-minute structure, once we lose that, yeah, we can start to open the doors. So we'll see in a minute. We'll get the 15 close. That could be the start of the sells. $15-minute will close bullish on gold here. Problem is the size of the candle here. It's a bit of a problem to take buys. 100 pip candle for a 40 pip target. I can't really do much about that. 100 pips for 40 pips doesn't really make sense to me. NQ tradable London session, it is. Full margin, hope for the best. Yeah, that would be fun, right? Well, too long to explain, but if you trust me for once, you'll be rich beyond imagination. Trust is earned, not given. What do you think about BTC? Depends. Short-term time frame, long-term time frame, all depends. Green 3. This is gonna be an ongoing joke, huh? I'm gonna meet people in real life and they're gonna look at me and they're gonna tell me yellow 7. Yellow 7. And everyone around is gonna be like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Why is he going up to him and telling him yellow 7? If you know, you know. Right? Just go up to someone randomly and tell them green 4. Green 4. Then they'll all be like, what the fuck? Is this guy okay? And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Only real legends will know. Hi, when I miss a trade and it hits TP, I feel regret. And I check this trade again. How should I handle this situation? I think you need to go to the shop and buy yourself roses. Sit there and cry your eyes out and look at the roses and just be like, but this trade, this one trade, she was my everything. Right? And you just really feel down bad. That's the best way. Just absolutely, you know, cry yourself to sleep and just be like, you know, this is the one trade that my whole life would have changed. If I just took this trade, my whole life would have changed, which in reality it wouldn't have. And then you just move on, because today I had a nice option to take gold sells. I was looking at DAX. What can I do? I'm not going to jump into anything random. I just have to sit here and accept the fact. I can't change that opportunity. If people were looking at gold, why not take it? Brilliant. Take the trade. It's not in my control to do what others are doing, but what is in my control is what I can control. And if I was looking at DAX, I can only be like, hey, I need to focus more on gold at that time. That is my fault. I'm the only one to blame, and I move on. I accept it. It's not no one else's fault. The only way we could have caught that, or I could have caught that, is if someone said, hey man, check gold before, as it was closing. And then I'm like, oh, let me check gold. Boom, I see it, and then I would have been able to react, right? That's the only way. But that's not dependent on me. That's dependent on others. And honestly, in the game of trading, you can never rely on others. You have to learn that the hard way, right? It's you versus you. So you can't say that, hey, if someone told me today, I would have been able to catch it. If I was given a signal today, I would have been able to catch it. No, it's in your control. It was my choice today to open the DAX chart, right? It was no one else's choice. No one forced me to open the DAX chart. I did that. And then I concentrated on DAX. And at the same time, this is what was happening. So you can't do anything about it. You just have to move on. And the main thing is not to take action and take random trades. It is annoying. It's good to feel annoyed, but you can't feel regret. You know, it's just how you just move on. You know, just move on and you say, all right, what to do? There's a thunder now on gold, or maybe not anymore. They're listening to you at origin. They're listening. I'll keep quiet. Man, is DAX okay, or is it, what's going on with DAX? Yo, man. I quit DAX for the rest of the year. Daniel Holmes has a rule for bottom wick. He does not trust any candle flip before 6 minutes of the 15-minute candle. Do you have any such rule? No. If I had to wait 6 minutes of every 15-minute candle, I would miss a lot of moves. I think what's more important is where the bottom wick goes, in my opinion. If in the first 3 minutes it retests the zone and starts to flip, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. But there could be some truth if it hasn't retested. It's all in context, right? Obviously, if you need data. So I want to see, what is his data? How many iterations do we have? You know? To say 6 minutes, because every scenario will be different. One time in 6 minutes, it could retest the zone and play out. But the real reason is it retests the zone. Another time, it could just hover for 6 minutes, and then it's like you can't put it down to just a time. What? How does this just come straight 1 minute candles now all of a sudden? Anyways, I'm gonna call it here, man. I missed my sells on gold. Tomorrow's stream, 11:30. I also have one more announcement for tomorrow's stream, and then we're gonna pick it up from there. I wanted to buy gold back up here, but again, stop loss made no sense. It looks like a great move, but if I run stop loss below this candle, even here, tight stop loss 60 pips for 40 pips, I'm not gonna get paid. The real move was the sells. I was looking at DAX, right? These sells were perfect. Had a 43 pip stop loss. Shit moved down. 50 pips, nice 1-to-1 plus. Pretty clean move there, can't complain. DAX, even with the tight 5-minute stop loss here, you're a bit stuck. Still 50 pip stop loss. Again, from that, if we're looking at DAX here, it is moving a little bit wacky here. We just saw it again. 1 hour time frame is a lot more clear, but this broke the high first at the open, then would have stopped you out. So don't disregard that. If you had stops below the 1 hour and taking the 1 hour break of structure, you would have been stopped out with this liquidity grab. Then you would have to re-enter, re-break of the high again to get in here with stop loss maybe now below here. That would be the way to get in. Only way to get in on DAX now is structure, then a close above. We have some clean ranges to play with, but the lower time frame is just not playing. It's just pushing 1 minute candles random, not something we want to deal with. On gold here, in order to find entries, we will need to see potential sells could make sense if we create another change of structure resistance, basically repeat this trade. If not, if we just do it a bit fast, we'll see a pullback, support creation, and then move back up. So make sure to show up tomorrow's stream at 11:30. It will be a little bit later, right? So 30-40 minutes later, and then we'll pick it up from there, and I'll catch you guys after that. So appreciate you guys showing up. My apologies on my side. I think it was a little bit upsetting that I missed the gold trade, but I can't do anything about it. I have to bite the bullet and move on to next session. Best thing I can do. So yeah, appreciate you all. Take care, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Much love and peace. Cheers, guys. Cheers.